All right, so move on to the next segment. Should Shakur Stevenson leave ESPN Top Rank, or should he resign with ESPN Top Rank? So as you guys know, that Shakur Stevenson's contract is expiring with Bob Arum's ESPN Top Rank Boxing Promotions after his fight in July. He'll be a free agent. He has not re-signed with ESPN Top Rank. So should Shakur Stevenson re-sign with Bob Arum in Top Rank? To me personally, I do believe that Shakur Stevenson should leave ESPN Top Rank Boxing Promotions, Bob Arum's Boxing Promotions. I do believe that Shakur Stevenson should leave as early as his free agency begins in July, after his last fight with the company, because Shakur Stevenson is a three-division world champion in the sport of boxing, arguably a pound-for-pound fighter, one of the best in the sport of boxing today. But the man, all these accomplishments I just said, and he's already holding the WBC lightweight title right now. He has yet to have a pay-per-view fight in his boxing career thus far. Bob Arum has not put Shakur Stevenson in a rightful position to be a star so far in his lightweight title run, in his lightweight run in the division, because since moving up, Shakur Stevenson has fought the likes of Yoshina, a Japanese fighter that a lot of boxing fans never heard of, including myself, until he fought Shakur Stevenson. He fought Edwin De Los Santos, okay? And he's fighting Artem Hardatunyan, somebody that just lost his last fight to Frank Martin. So how are you putting Shakur Stevenson as a legitimate threat in the lightweight division? How are you establishing him to be a star in the sport of boxing if you're never going to push him to fight big-time names on a big-time stage, on a big-time platform, as a pay-per-view star at least? And I'm looking at this, I feel like that Shakur Stevenson will be presented as a much bigger star on the Zone with Eddie Hearns, or with PBC Promotions and Al Heyman and company. I just feel like if Shakur Stevenson re-signs with Top Rank, it's only going to be chasing an undisputed championship run in the lightweight division, because guys like Denis Bernich, who just won the vacant WBO title last night in the lightweight division against Emmanuel Narate, or Vasily Lomachenko, who just won the vacant IBF world title last week against George Kambosos. Those two respective fighters are on Top Rank. So if he wants to get quicker to an undisputed championship run in the lightweight division, potentially, 2 out of the 3 guys that hold the other belts in the lightweight division are with Top Rank. As you guys know, Gervonta Davis is with PBC and Al Heyman. He would have to go over to PBC to possibly have a unification fight with Gervonta Davis if he's successful in his next title defense in July. But that's the only reason how I see Shakur Stevenson signing again with Bob Arum and ESPN Top Rank Promotions. I feel like Shakur Stevenson, after all this, though, does need a rightful guy to promote him, because as much as I like Shakur Stevenson as a boxer, again, he has everything you want: the defensive skills, the boxing IQ, the technical boxing skills. He just doesn't have the knockout power that puts asses in seats for boxing fights and makes people buy pay-per-views. He just doesn't have that, unfortunately. But I feel like if Shakur Stevenson has an actual promoting team, maybe even talk a little bit for him, because let's tell the truth about this: Shakur Stevenson is a good guy. He's a humble guy. Comes from the hood and had a rough upbringing. But my thing is, you can't always go on Twitter and complain about the sport of boxing when you don't get your way. You can't do that, okay? There's only one guy that that can only get away with tweeting and deleting in the sport of boxing, and that's Gervonta Davis, okay? We all know that. But my thing is, Shakur Stevenson, I feel like at times pouting on Twitter when he doesn't get his way in the sport of boxing, or just in interviews, just saying whatever to get the fights. Go out there, have strong performances, defend your title, and the people will love you. I guarantee you, Shakur, the people will love you if you just do that. Not pout in interviews, tweet. I just don't like that route for Shakur Stevenson. I just feel like if he wants the people's respect, if he wants those big-time fights, go out there and put on masterclass performances each and every single time. But I do feel like that Shakur Stevenson could easily leave Top Rank. I do believe that's the right move for him, and I do believe that he should go with either the Zone with Eddie Hearns or PBC and Al Heyman after his last fight in July. But those are my thoughts on Shakur Stevenson potentially leaving ESPN Top Rank Boxing Promotions.